Pecha Kucha is this, it's this Japanese weird communication device that has been like developed for especially it was born into the creative sector, so architects and designers mainly. And we decided to propose you this kind of communication strategy, which is actually image based, and it's very energetic in a sense. I will try to show you the videos. I hope that the god of Zoom will help me in doing that, because I need to post to show you with computer audio. Okay, there are two videos. One is like more on PechaKucha, and the second one is like a concrete example of one made by a visual artist. So it's like how we can use it. We wanted to introduce you to this technique because it's also a nice way to present yourself during the workshop, during the physical workshop that we're doing in Venice. But of course, you will be free to use also other ways to present, to introduce yourself. So I will try to share the screen. Yes, I hope you see it.
Hi everybody, this is Brian at PechaKucha HQ in Tokyo. How's it going?
Sorry, it was me.
Today I'm going to be talking about what makes a great PechaKucha presentation. Having seen thousands of presentations, I ought to know what separates the best from the rest and be able to offer you a few tips on making a great PechaKucha presentation. So let's get started. Now, I've chosen 6 categories that I want to touch on in this presentation, starting with choosing a good topic, then building and working within a simple structure, selecting strong, beautiful images for your presentation, delivering it with attitude and confidence, practice, how polished should your presentation be, and sharing your presentation far and wide. So let's start with an interesting topic. Now, a PechaKucha presentation can really be about anything, but we love this word creativity. People present about architecture, design, art, but they also present about quilting, skydiving, their skateboard collection. A PechaKucha presentation is really your chance to share your passion and tell your story. Now, this is Astrid, Hisa, and Mark of Klein-Dytham Architecture here in Tokyo. They're actually the founders of PechaKucha.
Kleine Glücksmomente oder deine eigene Geschichte. Mit Lalalab gehört jedes Foto, das dich berührt, ausgedruckt. Lalalab. Love it, print it.
And they present about architecture naturally. However, I know that Astrid is a diehard green thumb. Hisa's the guy who coined the name PechaKucha, and Marcus has this crazy collection of Japanese Kit Kat bars. And it's often these less obvious things that make for great PechaKucha presentations. Here's another example, Vivian Mayer. She's one of my favorite photographers. She lived her whole life in New York City as a nanny, but she had this secret passion for street photography, and she was amazingly talented, and none of this was discovered until she died. What's your hidden passion, your hidden talent and interest? Share that. Let's talk about structure. Luckily, we have the 2020 format to begin with, the 20 slides that auto-advance every 20 seconds. This is a great starting point. But just because you have 20 slides doesn't mean that you necessarily need to talk about 20 different ideas. In fact, that's not really recommended at all. Another great starting point might be the classic high school 5-paragraph essay where you outline a thesis with an introduction, 3 supporting paragraphs, and a summary. This is me doing just that today, mapping out this presentation. So get out your pen and paper and start writing your intro, your body, and your summary. Another way to think about structure is the 3-act play, where in Act 1, you lay out some exposition with a few slides, tell us who you are, what you're going to present about. Act 2 is your work, your passion, a few slides dedicated to each. And then Act 3, a big grand finale about why this all matters to us as the audience. Next, let's talk about images. We often say that the image is everything, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and we want to see big, bold, beautiful images that speak for themselves, edge to edge, full bleed, 16:9, high resolution, images that capture our imagination and make us stop, look, and listen. Please, not this. This is death by PowerPoint. Make it go away. It's burning my eyes. Avoid graphs, charts, diagrams, text too. The more I have to decipher your slide, the less I can listen to you speak about it. Another one. This is awesome. An awesome presentation failure. The corporate PowerPoint template. It's so tacky. It's so uncool. Resist the urge. Use full bleed, beautiful images. Your audience will thank you for it. I promise. Whoa, not this too, please. I completely sympathize with the wish to share so much, but do your best to edit it down to one clear, distilled idea. The Eames lounge chair. It's perfect. It's elegant. It needs no explanation. It needs nothing. It barely even needs the ottoman. When you choose your images, think of the Eames lounge chair. Let your image convey your idea for you. The Catalina Special from Speed Tractor Industries in Tokyo. It's pure, it's refined, it's balanced. I encourage you to check out Matthew Roberts' PechaKucha presentations about his bespoke motorcycle studio here in Tokyo, Speed Tractor. He says so much with so little. And they say that attitude is everything, and it is. An amazing topic with a terrible delivery falls ridiculously flat. And alternatively, a boring topic with a really charismatic delivery always lands. So do your best to really deliver a cool, collected presentation. It's easy to be self-deprecating in the spotlight, but this is your moment. Take it. It's cool, be smooth, be relaxed. PechaKucha should always be a casual, fun, relaxed event, and you should always speak from the heart. And on that note, let's talk about practice. So, and hitting that stride of it being a solid presentation and not waffling all over the place, but not being so overly polished that it comes off as not authentic. It's super easy now to go to our website on PechaKucha.com and upload your images and then rehearse and record your presentation as many times as you want. So there's this great ability to practice your presentation before you go on stage. And then once you're finally got it all sorted out, you're going to have hundreds of adoring fans. So there you go. Lastly, I want to point out that sharing is caring. What's the point of making a great PechaKucha presentation if you don't share it? PechaKucha was born out of sharing, so be encouraged to record your presentation, share it around, invite others to take the 2020 challenge themselves. It's a great way to share your passion with the world. So on that note, I hope you picked up a few pointers on how to make a great PechaKucha presentation. Until next time, so long, stay safe, take care, and happy PechaKucha creating.
Okay, you might have noticed this was also PechaKucha, what he did, but it was a PechaKucha on PechaKuchas. So it was a meta PechaKucha. Now we will see one which is really like a real one made by an Asian artist. Again. So Safari, yes. Zack, but not this one. This, sorry, yes, this one. I don't hear.
American, and I'm a visual artist. I moved here in Burlington about 4 years ago, and that's the same time when I start this project called the Giant Asian Girls and the Giantess series. The Giant Asian Girls and the Giantesses are the acrylic painting and collage series. So I usually paint the figure with acrylic paint and add the collage at the end. It has been about 20 years since I moved to America. And as an Asian woman living in the US, I have witnessed the pervasive Western male perception that women like me are sexually exotic, physically delicate, and culturally submissive. Western men often comment about our small body size, masking them as compliments when what they really mean is weak, less able to fight, delicate as China dolls, and silent as geishas. Juxtaposed to these stereotype comments, I start to depict my Asian figures, larger and stronger than her surroundings. She is occupying most of this canvas space with her body, her head, toes, elbows, and knees touching the edge of the canvas frame. They are dominating entire village with her size. After creating several paintings of giant Asian girls, I realized that my models are dominating the scenes with their sizes, but not with their body languages. So I adopted the male power gazes and poses that were oftentimes used in traditional portraits of powerful male. So I start using Western portrait painters like John Singer Sargent or a portrait of Napoleon to depict the female bodies. About a year ago, I expanded the subject matter to females who have survived the traumatic memories in their lives. Because my last project before the Giant Asian Girl was about raise on awareness of domestic violence, I wanted to continue to include a meaningful message to my new project. I reached out to local females who have experienced traumatic memories in their lives and who have survived. The models of the Giantess series are real women in our own community. They are colleagues, neighbors, families, and friends who was reborn as a giantess, free of her painful memories and post-traumatic suffering. In the giantess format, female power, self-esteem, and agency have been restored. In fact, the sense of power has grown to legendary superpower proportions. Outwardly, the series references a transformative cultural response to patriarchy and male dominance by reversing the male-female power dynamic through physical size. Inwardly, however, it is a therapeutic intervention aimed at the women who modeled for the paintings, all of whom had been personally traumatized by violence at some point in their lives. The series encourages women to make no apologies about physically dominating men. The giantess does not seek revenge. Rather, her purpose is to provide a release from the realities of gender-based violence and imagine the freedom of a world devoid of hurtful memories and fear. For the last about 10 images, I included the voices of my models who voluntarily share her stories. Some of these quotes does not every quote does not match with the images. This is Wei Wei. As an Asian woman, I am not allowed to be inquisitive or assertive. I am supposed to be demure and compliant, not gregarious and tenacious. My mother told me that I can achieve anything that I want to, despite my gender and despite my skin color, despite what white men, all men think of me. I can overcome those stereotypes. Mina. It is no secret looking at me that I am fat. I have been aware of it since I was 5. I knew all through 12th grade when I was bullied and told I should just die because being fat meant I wasn't worthy of life. I am so much more than my weight. I am kind. I am empathetic. I am friendly. I am beautiful and powerful. Ashlyn. To become the giantess, a lioness, you let go. They will make you feel you deserve to be drained, that you deserve to give up possessions of yourself and your peace of mind. Through this trauma, I have learned to grab hold of my own reality and that there will always be validity in my emotions. Emily, I have to drink to dumb down to your level, my husband told me. He spoke to me only in insults and skillfully chose words that cut the deepest. Though I left the marriage with no visible scars, he had carved jagged canyons into my heart and soul, forever changing the landscape of my being. This is Carmen. Love is what they called it. All explained to me that their violations were an act of love. I'm sorry you think that, but I loved you. I didn't rape you, I loved you. Women are viewed and analyzed. Women are manhandled by naughty boys in museums who know that we already indicated with a sign, please do not touch. Do not touch, please. The imagery of a woman who looks like me is not painted for you to look at. She is not painted for you to enjoy her. The woman in these paintings and all the women not painted are not objects for handling. There's more to these women than their faces, their bodies, their relation to you, or their utility for others. There's more to these women, these people, all these things on display than one can see. You may look, you might see. Do not touch, please.
Okay. So this was a very engaging Pecha Kucha. This was just to show what we can do as artists with this kind of framework, this kind of communication or presentation framework based on this concept 20-20. So 20 slides, each slide 20 seconds. So where we are kind of obliged to respect that timing and to vehiculate our message in a very tight and kind of energetic way.